morning, San Pellegrinos. It is a very nice day. You know why? I'm free. Free of work. Yes, I have finished. And I have been set free. Christmas period. It is November the 9th. Yeah, November the 9th. Which means it's only a month until Christmas. I hope you guys have been good. But Santa will not give you money if you... Okay, something weird occurred with my computer just then, but anyways, as I was saying, Santa will not give you money if you do not be good. Anyways, I don't know, I'm stuttering. Main topic of today, Labubus. I'm sure a lot of us know what Labubus are. They're those little things that like the figurines, or what do you call them? Collectibles. Yes, that's what they call them. Collectibles that have been the fad of our merry generation, or not generation, for these few years. What's the hype around them? To be honest, I'll tell you, a lot of these things are based around hype. Like, if we go look in the past, there have been a lot of cases of fads such as this one, such as fidget spinners. Those are fidget toys. I don't know what they call them, the pop ones. And there's been a lot of other very interesting products that have been around circulation for a while now. To be honest, I get it. People will always be interested, or find interest in things that will not be applicable in the long term, but it will bring them short-term enjoyment, which, if you have the money, I don't see why not. It's you do earn money to spend on things. What you spend your money on is up to person to person. No one person has to spend their money on the same thing as the other, which I'm sure we all know, right? And if people have money to spend on Labubus, I'm not going to stop them, because obviously the people that are making these Labubus are making a hell of a lot more money than they are from let's just say the input versus the output. They're getting a lot more out of the output, because it probably only costs like 50 cents to produce one Labubu, and there'll be maybe 700 people that want that one Labubu, so they'll keep producing and they'll earn more money. It's all hype. Like, look at fidget spinners now. They were the fad back in the day. Nowadays, I don't see a single person on the street that talks about fidget spinners anymore. The same can be said for a lot of things. One of them is I don't know, camera keeps dying here. I don't really know why. Will it work? Who knows? But yeah, it's all a hype thing. If you want a Labubu, I'm not gonna say it's a bad purchase, because I myself have bought stuff such as Funko Pops and figurines such as this one right here. If my camera will not die on itself. You see this here? This little Dragonite? Yeah, I pulled him out of a crane game. A very cute little thing. Also a big fan of Pokemon, which would partially explain why I would purchase it, which is why I can see why people would purchase Labubus, because you know, everybody has their own preferences. Like, you don't need to typically judge people on what they buy. Like, everyone's gonna want their own thing, and it's like judgment nowadays online is just too much. I feel like many people will see people engaging in their own hobbies and they'll be like, oh well, you're buying a Labubu, that means you're gay, or oh, Labubus are a waste of money when you can be spending it on Bitcoin, which yes, in hindsight it would be a more financially, well, no, I do not condone the buying of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is in a very unregulated market right now, which is fluctuating, as can be seen through many other cryptocurrencies, which is why I never look. Initially I would have, but now if you look at the trend of a lot of these coins, you realize that a lot of them are very unregulated. But that's a topic for another day. I'm not going to touch crypto during Labubus. But, you know, when people say, oh, I got the golden Labubu and I'm going to sell it to you for some hyped up price, right? That's when the true, you know, true colors start to show. When things such as scalpers and people on eBay want to sell them for hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars, that's when you got to start thinking properly. Because sure, a normal Labubu will cost, I don't know, maybe $20, right? And sure, maybe it costs 50 cents for them to produce, but that's just what the price is always going to be. But then if someone else comes out and starts selling Labubus for $50, just cause it's sold out in the store doesn't mean you have to buy it from scalpers. Scalpers is another thing I'm going to talk about later on, because it's just such a big problem nowadays, scalpers, especially with stuff like Pokemon cards. In Australia, I do not see that many scalpers anymore, because the boxes are locked behind a counter and there is a purchase limit of 1 box per customer, which is a very smart rule, I think, that they put, because obviously it restricts the flow of Pokemon cards for one person. But I'll talk about scalpers another day, so I got to talk about scalpers, got to talk about coins. Alright, yeah, but I can see why people would like Labubus. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Me personally, I can understand some of these purchasing choices. What you do with your money is really what you put into your own perspective. You know, like the next guy would probably say, hey, I don't want Labubus, I want a motorbike. Which, yes, you want a motorbike, but maybe this person wants a Labubu, right? And if they want a Labubu, let them buy a Labubu, right? It's just, everyone has their personal choices. And me personally, yes, I will bully my friends from time to time, because I do have some female friends who made some not so wise purchases on Labubus at very questionable prices as well. I don't understand why they bought it at those prices, which is why I'm making this video. But just spend your money wisely, because you know, even though I said you can spend your money on what you want, right? Like, there is a limit on how smart you can be with your money, right? If you're like $100 in the bank and you're like, oh, I'm gonna spend my last $100 on Labubus instead of food, right? That's when you got your priorities wrong. That's when you gotta look at yourself and say, is this truly what I need? Like, am I sacrificing food over Labubus? Like, okay, Jonathan off the corner, if you want to be a scalper, right, I'm not gonna stop you from being a scalper, but if you're old Mary from the corner needs to spend her last $50 on groceries and you go spend it on Labubus online, like, really? Yes, you could have spent it on something a lot better, but instead you chose to spend it on Labubus, right? So just don't be like Mary. Don't be like John the scalper either, because he's no better than Mary the window shopper who like spending her last $50 on Labubus instead of her $10 grocery list. I don't know how much groceries are nowadays, because prices are so inflated in Australia, it's diabolical. But anyways, yeah, that basically ends what I was talking about today. Labubus are just the next hype thing. Like, it'll phase out, and the next thing will probably be something like, I don't know, what's something that could appeal to audiences? Honestly, I don't know, because I don't have that mindset, which is why I'm not an entrepreneur in product creation anyways. So yeah, I'm back. Daily videos, probably. Yeah, next few videos, one's probably going to be on dispatch. I'm sure we all know what dispatch is. The next one, two after, maybe about coins and scalpers, and I still got a whole list in my notes somewhere. But yeah, it's nice to be back, and Christmas is coming, guys, so we can all look forward to that. I hope we're all having a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Turned off the wrong thing there. I was meant to turn off the recording, but I turned off my camera, so alright, bye.